live from the hammock. I've been promising this one for a few. Oh, such a beautiful, beautiful day out here. And of course, the neighbor's gonna start mowing the grass right as I hit go live. That's okay. Yards are a little around here. It won't take too long. Well, hopefully somebody comes out to chillax with me. I just figured I'd just show you guys some scenery while I wait for some people to come in and hang out. Out my backyard. Figure maybe if I'm quiet enough, my groundhog family who lives in that tree right there might come out and hang out with us tonight. Sure. Zoom in. I'm just gonna kind of play around with my camera for a little bit until you guys decide to come hang out. See some of my birdies down there. I love my feathered friends. Wow, it's really close. Nobody wants to come and hang out with me. I wonder if I'm interrupting somebody else's. I probably should have checked first before I jumped on. But that's okay. Guess it's a good thing nobody's here since I'm fucking wobbling this camera all over the place. Well, somebody came in to say hello. How are you guys tonight? I'm not sure who you are, but hey, Moo Cow. I'm glad you came to hang out with me. I just started streaming. I didn't even tell anybody I was going to stream, so I just figured I'd kind of hang out. I'll swap around to my face here in just a few minutes, but you caught me when I decided to smoke a cigarette since nobody was here. That's why it's facing the other way. See my new bird feeder? It's like super close now. They got them their own little porch swing. Is that not cute, Moo Cow? Oh, speaking of which, since I have you in here by yourself, I want to tell you, you got to change your handle. You need to not have your full name as your handle. I know, it's super cute, right? How's your garden doing? Looking for a bed for your birds. We're gonna go for a little walk. I'm gonna show you my garden. It's doing pretty good. Well, you know, for getting planted so late. Look at my pumpkins. There's my pumpkins. So hopefully I am going to be have lots for Halloween time, right? Decorate everything for Samhain. You know me. I know you're new. I'm new too. Shoot, I've only been here since February, man. Just so you know, we got to get that name changed. We'll mess with it or something, just so your whole name's not on it. So there's my spinach and my beans in the back and my cucumbers and my corn. And let me point out to you, Moo Cow, that my corn and my beans have only been in there since the night of the full moon. And tomatoes. My other tomatoes aren't doing so well, but my sunflowers are popping up too. Alright, since it's just you, I'm going to smoke in front of you. What's up? It's exciting. I got the flowers returned to a garden. That's alright. I'm super excited. Plan ahead next time. I got to do some research more this year too, because I got a couple of herbs that I was super excited to be able to grow for myself. And I should have started them like way earlier. So because I didn't start them earlier, I can't do them. So I have to wait till next year. What are you holy smoking? Sweet. Sweet, sweet. We just got home from a ball game with Deanna. Her team finished out the season undefeated. They have spanked every single team we played. I mean, spanked. You'll have to come and try to catch the All-Star tournament. At least one of them. Thanks, Mufal. It's pretty excited. I was a little worried about it because of how late I got started, but you know. When I planted the corn and the beans, I planted them so late because I got them late because they weren't in my original order like I thought they were. But I planted them the night of the full moon because if you plant by the moon cycle, which is what I was originally planning on doing, if you plant during the full moon, it's supposed to be really good at developing the roots, which, you know, obviously help them to grow. So I was pretty impressed with how much that corn and those beans have popped up from just a few days ago, really. Let me get with you on that. I'll shoot you a text message. I know after 4th of July, they'll be practicing every day, and it's 2 weekends. One weekend's in Emily City, and the next weekend, and then I think there's a break, and then the weekend after, it'll be here in K-Pac. So I'll be sure to get all you guys the information. So she'd like to have a little bit of a cheer section. No work tonight? Lucky you being the only one in here to talk to me. Oh. I think I'm actually interrupting somebody else's live feed who's got like tons of huggers, so I ain't even worried about it. I just wanted to hang out, so I'm glad you're here to hang out. I've had a couple of trying days at work. I can't really talk about it on here, but catch up with me on, you know, text message or something, or call me. I've had some pretty interesting days since last Saturday, but I'll leave it at that. I did, however, and I can tell you this, get told by my district manager that he wants me running my own shop. If I was already a certified mechanic, I would be running the shop I'm in, or if it wasn't mechanical, like if we only did tires or whatever, it would be my shop already. So that was pretty cool. Like, I've heard that he had said it, but it was the first time he actually said it to me. I actually have tomorrow off now too. Originally I was supposed to work and have Saturday off, but I got one of the guys to swap me tomorrow for Saturday, so I had to make a doctor's appointment for tomorrow. So tomorrow afternoon, like 1:20 is my doctor's appointment, so I'll be up in the morning, and I'll be available sometime after that. I don't really know how long it's going to take, though, so it all depends on what the doctor wants to do. Again, don't want to talk about that here. What's my Z-Man doing? It's all stuff that should have been done with that last big end-all surgery I had years ago, but it's not working. And he's gonna be even more mad when he's gotta wait to go back in. I want a pool. I'm jealous. Yeah, I want to do... What are you guys doing this weekend? Do you work this weekend, Mara? Woohoo. I seen on Pinterest one time that they said if you just use black garbage bags and like tie them around like a hula hoop or something round, you know, because the hula hoop will float, you can use it to heat your pool. Because if you wrap the black garbage bag, the black attracts the heat, attracts the sun to heat up your pool like naturally. I just thought it was kind of neat, like, and they just like float on the top and it brings the sun's heat into it. The reason why I asked if you were working this weekend is because this weekend is that that family festival, we'll call it, the street fair in town. It's this weekend, and then there's like a ton of garage sales around too. I didn't know, maybe you guys could pop out after you get out of work or something and come and hang out. There's like bouncy stuff and stuff for kids to do and all that sort of stuff. I am on YouTube, just so you know. The only ones that here though is Mukau.
Hey Mukau.
I just told her that you guys were undefeated and stomped everybody.
Yes.
Oh, here comes Rocky too. He likes to co-host on my channel too. You smell good.
Thank you.
Why are you looking so rough? Mukau was the only one that wanted to come and hang out with me apparently. But that's okay. So, but yeah, if you guys can come out and let me know. I mean, like, I work Saturday until 3:20, but I don't work Sunday. Do you know what the dates are of your tournament off the top of your head? What weekends they are?
They didn't say it.
They haven't said yet?
They just said we have practice every week.
Alright, well, we gotta figure it out because Mara wants to know so that way she can try to plan to come.
Okay. Oh, good.
Mukau just said hi to you.
I'm Mukau.
They're hanging out by their fire, watching me hang out in my hammock. We gotta teach Mukau how to spell your name, though.
Yeah, you forgot the I. You got the capital A right, though.
And Rocky's name is spelled wrong, too. Come on, Mukau.
That's how I spell Rocky's name.
But I spell it with 2 Ks.
Oh,
just to be different. That's why Uncle Rob always teases me about his name, because of my spelling issues, as he refers to them.
What has to do with me? I thought there was a mosquito in the shower, and it bit my leg.
Oh. Yesterday when I came out to fill out my bird feeders, I've only, up until yesterday, I'd only had 1 mosquito bite, and I got it from work. And yesterday,
now like so many.
Yeah, just coming out here to fill the bird feeder, my dumbass came out here in shorts, and I got like 10 bites in 2 minutes. Oh, yeah. Blame it on not texting.
He's so lovable when he's outside, and then when he's inside, he's just like, "Shh, leave me alone."
Right. Mukau, so last week I came out of my house and sitting on the ground behind my truck was this strange girl that I didn't know petting Rocky. And I'm like, oh, hello. And she's like, oh, is that your cat? And I was like, yeah. She's like, what? And I said, yeah, that's my cat. You know, his name is Rocky. And she's like, oh, it's a he. And I'm like, yeah, you know. And then she's like, his name's Rocky. And I said, yeah. She's like, I didn't know who he belonged to, but I stopped and I always pet him every day. He's so nice. And I'm like, well, sometimes he's nice. Just, you know, that's okay. It's all right. You could pet him. And then yesterday, Deanna's on, what was it, Instagram or Snapchat? She's on Snapchat. All of a sudden, one of her friends posts a picture of her cat saying, I don't know whose cat this is, but he's so cool and I love him. And Deanna's like, that's my cat. Deanna does too. At least she used to, especially when she was little, because they really liked stinging her in her head.
Hmm?
And when they do now, mosquitoes, when she gets bit in the head now, it swells still like that.
My legs swell sometimes.
Especially when you live in a one-light town.
Kenzie smells bad though.
What's that?
So Kenzie smells bad though.
Yeah, Kenzie does too. Speaking of Kenzie, is she hanging out with you or is she at home? I love that.
And then my background is all of us. I wanted to do another one.
Yeah. Show it
But
to Miko. No, the other one.
that's not what. That's not. I wanted to do the other one, but it wouldn't
Look
fit.
at. Okay, show her. Show her that one too. So there's the team. She's at work, hating it. That's a really cool picture. You need to send me those.
Okay.
Is my grandpup behaving?
Ouch.
His sister actually lives here in the park, Mara. It was kind of funny because I was outside one day watering my flowers and I looked up and I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I know whose dog that is. Like, she's beautiful. But she was the only girl in the entire litter. Mukau says she's proud of it.
Thank you, Mika.
I was like, oh, I just got a text message. Oh, I bet. I'm serious, Mukau. You should see his dad. He's going to take after his dad like 120%. I think getting bit by those ants down there.
I keep getting bit by mosquitoes.
Uh-oh.
I do see some ants in the pool.
That's what happens when you get big-sized dogs. Rick. I'm kind of looking forward to a couple of days of no baseball because their chants are stuck in my head. Like, I seriously woke up this morning telling number 10 that she would be my hero if she hit it over the wall. Like, I ain't even kidding. I woke up and I was like, number 10, you will be our hero if you hit the ball over the wall. Well, skeeters are coming out.
She got bit by 3.
Yuck. I was waiting for the sun to get to about this point. I gotta get ready to start watering my garden here now that the sun's down.
Oh, no, I need that one.
I really don't want to, though. I just want to chill. That's actually why I went live, because I figured, oh, I'll go live. I can visit. Give me an excuse to not be so productive. Alright, you can be right back. I'm going to flip the screen around, but obviously I'll still be here. I told her, I said we gotta sit mess around with your YouTube because she needs to change her name. Kenzie is a friend of mine. She can rip it anytime. Oh, baby, you don't like her. Way to Mexico.
Anytime, anywhere.
But like, I'm not kidding. I seriously woke up this morning with the number 10 chant
Really?
in my head. Yeah. Hey, 1 0.
Okay, so this is iconic. That okay, so when they do the cheer for number 9,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, and I always hit it down to the field, the line, and
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
and the number 9 on the other team hit it down the line. And I was like, oh my god, I got you. Haha, you did. I have its blood on me.
You have somebody else's blood on you. Oh, well, way to plug it in. I'm gonna keep it this way just for a few minutes, Miko. I really try not to smoke on my channel, even though I'm an adult, but, you know. Oh, gosh. We just doubled up on the hammock.
Oh.
Have you ever seen my my stoner gnome birdhouse?
Oh, you put it over here instead of over there?
What?
Your bench.
The porch swing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think they were finding it good enough where it was.
What do we have put in here?
Alright. Let's see. That number 2 isn't you, is it? Alright, I'm almost there. I'm not walk through too many spider webs here. Because I got a lot of them out here. It's kind of weird. Tell me he's not cool, Mara. The lag probably isn't with your text. It's probably more so with my video, because I'm actually not streaming through YouTube. I'm streaming through an app, so that way I can actually live stream, because I don't have 100,000 huggers yet. So, you know. Hey, Aiden, you are most certainly welcome. I know I've been lagging on them for the last couple of days, but, you know, I've just had a lot going on. Thanks, Mara. I like them too. How are you, Aiden? You see my green man feeder? He's cool. He's one of my favorites. Alright, I'll flip you back. Oh my gosh! I just, for the first time ever, just flipped in my fucking hammock. I am doing good, thank you, Aiden. Apparently I need to pay a little more attention when I go to sit down. I've never done that before. I always wondered what would happen. It popped right back up though. At least I had a little bit of excitement, you know. Aiden, Mara is my niece. She's been hanging out with me for like the last half an hour. She must have felt bad for me. Yeah, that was quite a ride. I know, right? You know, you gotta have some excitement every once in a while, you know. Yeah, I actually got a couple of new decks just recently, Aiden. I'm super excited. I'm gonna give them kind of their own little spot in there. I'm trying to get better with my consistency, but some days I just get super swamped, super busy, so, you know. What are you up to today, Aiden? Just hanging out? You feel bad for me too? But yeah, the one new set of cards that I got, I'm actually gonna make it into a game on the channel. It's gonna be, what kind of a game, I guess. That's why they're after hours, right? Yeah, last night's after hours video, oh my gosh, I started to try to upload it at like 10:30. I had to delete my upload like 8 times because it wouldn't get past 2%. So then I went off and I just went and I watched somebody else on YouTube. One of my, I think it was Urban Viking, was doing a walk through like an abandoned school or whatever. So like I watched that for half of it, and then I got off of that, and then when I went to go upload it again, it finally went through, but it was darn near midnight by the time I got it to fully post. But woo woo, heck yeah. I was just telling Mara a couple of minutes ago, I originally had this weekend off, and it was my first weekend off in a bit, but I ended up having to schedule a doctor's appointment for tomorrow, so I had to swap Saturday for Thursday, but at least I have a day shift and I get out early, and then I don't gotta work on Sundays, so. And I can stay up late tonight because I don't have to work. It just means more time. I got some candles that I need to get made and some stuff for some people done, but I'll probably do that tonight. I went to, I kind of crashed a co-worker's reception the other day. And when I say kind of crash, it's because I was kind of invited. It just wasn't like an official invite, but, you know, I just had to wait for family to leave type deal because, you know, you always scoot your good friends in the back door afterwards, right? But anyways, sorry, I did that Saturday, and it was odd because I've never actually hung out with somebody outside of work, and it was her wedding day, so that was something different. I can make you some candles, Mara, for sure. Do you want... I am working on something for you, but do you want a certain type of candle, or do you want me to just make you what I think you need? Yeah, I've been busy, but it really doesn't take me too long to make it. Sometimes it's just a matter of getting the gumption to just do it. The problem is especially when I do like the herb candles and stuff, because I go into so many different wormholes trying to double check and triple check my herbs that I'm going to put in type deal. So that's really the hardest part of the whole thing, is deciding my formula to put it together. But at the girl's wedding, like, she was introducing me to her friends. She's like, oh my god, this is my chick, this is my oil chick. Like, anytime you need an oil, if something hurts, you tell her, and the next day she has something for me and it fixes it. So yeah, I actually ended up with a couple of people from her wedding that want to try some of my oil blends. So I'm like, sweet. That's because we just have that type of connection, Marta. Right from the get. Ah, you ain't kidding, Aiden. That's why I was so jealous when I watched your No Kitty Cares vlogs, because, like, even earlier today when I commented, they are just always having a blast. Here in the world, like, bills, what's that? Work. About to go climb this tree, you know. And anymore, I swear, the older I get, it seems like the day gets over faster and faster, and there's less and less time. And for it being a figment of our imagination, it sure does drive a lot. Oh, these little pesky bugs are starting to come out. Do I have like a huge delay coming off of this app? I know the other day I watched back my live for a little bit, and I noticed there was like a ginormous lag in between the two, so I just wasn't sure if it was just me or if that's really how it is, which was funny because my best friend come in my room as I was watching back, and she's like, was that your voice? I was like, yeah. She's like, what are you doing? Like, apparently being a narcissist. Hey, Exploring with Ladybug, how are you tonight? Thanks for joining my live. I know we're new friends. I appreciate you stopping in. I'm just kind of chillaxing. You missed it a couple minutes ago. I flipped my hammock over my head. Wasn't paying attention when I sat back down. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm just kind of relaxing now. Had weird baseball out in the sun. So, got done weeding my garden and decided, I'm going to go live and try to hang out. Where are you from, Exploring? Stand up. I got a popper in and outer. All right, Mo Cow. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love you much. Later, Aiden. Thanks for coming to hang out from Pennsylvania. I got some family out that way. I'm not exactly sure. God, the name is gonna go right out of my brain. Have a good day, Aiden. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm from Michigan myself. Born and raised, but all over the place. My great grandma lived in Pennsylvania. But yeah, so I'm just kind of hanging out. I don't want to, bore you or anything. I just figured I'd pop on for a few minutes. And then my niece came on and we chit-chatted. So, apparently. Yeah. Alright, I'm in my stream. Oh. Well, yeah. Look at that. I do need a pillow. I have another chair, Julie, actually, that over here, I call it my adult swing. And that's super comfortable because it's got that little pillow and stuff right there. But I left the cushion out, so it's all wet. Hang on one second. I'm going to swap back around. You popped in at good time there, Julie. I was just thinking, I'm like, bore anybody. My screen tells me that nobody's here, so I hope you're still here. Well, what kind of stuff do you do exploring? Like, do you want to stay in one type of video or go all over the place? Like, I'm really new to YouTube. Like, I just seriously came to YouTube in February. I was not at all planning on starting a channel. But Jen the Taxidermy Witch convinced me otherwise, and I'm really glad she did. Helped me kind of like step out of my comfort zone, you know. So, how are you, Julie? How was your day? It was beautiful out here. Just taking that. I had to take one earlier. I came home from work a little early. I wasn't feeling well. So I came in and my daughter was like, "What's the matter?" I don't ever come home from work early. And I'm like, "I don't feel good." Laying down. Wake me up at about 4:30 because we had her last game of regular season for softball tonight. So I'm like, wake me up. That gives me about an hour before game time. So we just got back from the ball field maybe about an hour and a half ago now. I got home and filled my bird feeders and weeded my garden, and then decided that I wanted to hang out instead of being productive. I weeded my garden, so I was a little productive, right? Nah, that makes sense. How many grandkids? Mosquitoes are coming out. Might have to go get a hoodie. I don't get A alive. Try and keep my neighbor's house out of it. That way, you know, nobody gets upset with me or anything. 3. Oh, that's a great number. I like 3. That's how many kids I have. How old are they? No, it's too bad I didn't start this like way earlier, because we actually would have been closer, Julie. I used to live down in Milan, and I know you're down on that side of the state. Oh, that's fun, especially the 3 and 1. Yeah, definitely understandable that you needed a nap. Yeah, my best friend has a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, and you know, my kids are older, and I'm like, as fun as they are, I'm like, I don't miss that. I like being able to send them back home, you know. I love on a baby. That is one of the little baby sisters of the girls on the team. There's a baby next door. I love on that baby. I buy that baby stuff. I can't have anymore, like, ever. So I like loving on everybody else's. And he's like, "Oh, do you miss it?" And I was like, "Yeah, when they're teeny tiny and quiet, but I don't miss the toddler stuff." 34 and 31. Okay, I'm just a little bit older than your kids. I just turned 36. I just started early. My oldest daughter is 19. My son will be 16 next month, and then my youngest daughter is 13. So my daughter has had 4 baseball games or softball games in the last 3 days. I'm so looking forward to the break. You could be. But that's okay. Almost all of my friends are way older than me. One of my best friends is actually the same age as my mother. And I love her dearly. Yeah, her kids are my age. And that's funny, though, because she's like, "I think I want to introduce you to my son, because I just adore you." I don't know about that. We're friends. Let's stay that like that. These little bugs are coming out. Okay, so you kind of started a little early too. I was a little earlier than that. I had my oldest 4 months before I turned 17. So way too young to be a mom, that was for sure. But I always say that my oldest saved my life, because I was not down a good path at all, and I wasn't hanging out with the best of people either. And then when I found out that I was going to be a mother, I changed everything around, because it wasn't about me anymore. And so I've always said that even though I was a young mother, she definitely saved my life. So, everybody's got their own stories and their own reasons, right? I had a bug fly right into my eye. These little no-see-ums. Uh-oh. Looks like I need to go chase my little cat out of the garden, though, because I don't want them using it as a litter box, because they're little pests. Bullwinkle, come on. Get down. Come on. Come here. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and I mean, I went to school. I had some other friends. Oh, don't be so grumpy. I had some other friends that had some kids young as well. Like one, when I came to that school, she had already had a child. But other than that, I was pretty much the first of my friends that had kids. And it definitely changed things. I've definitely found out who my real friends were, yeah, I wasn't the teen mom. Thank you, Pansy. My oldest, his name is Rocky. And originally it was after, Rocky Balboa, because when he was a cat, he would sit on his back feet, or a cat. He'd always been a cat. When he was a kitten, he would sit on his back feet and box with you. So I called him Rocky. And then, Bullwinkle came along after the fact. I don't want to say he was a rescue, because the guy I was dating at the time was a big softie, and he had wanted a cat, and he went on Craigslist or something, found the cat that he wanted, and then when he got there to pick it up, there was only his cat that he wanted, and the one that's currently my cat left. And when I came to his house, I'm like, I thought you were only getting one. And he's like, well, I couldn't leave him, I couldn't leave this one all by itself, so I got the other one, and I'm gonna just put him out in the barn. And when he got him, I think he got him too early anyways, but he was smaller than the palm of my hand. I'm like, you cannot put him in a barn, so I was like, I'll take him home. So because I already had a Rocky, I had to have a Bullwinkle. So which of course, my older kids were like, oh, okay. My youngest was like, I don't get it. So I'm like, yes, you do. You've seen the cartoons, but here, let's watch them again. Yeah, I mean, you grow up really quick. At least you should grow up really quick. I do know some people that had them young and they didn't. And their parents ended up raising them, and I definitely was not that teen mom. My mom was like, hell no, I'm not gonna raise your baby, which I wouldn't have let her anyways, but she was like, you're the one that thinks you're old enough to be a mom, so have at it. I'm like, yeah. And I actually didn't find out I was pregnant with my oldest until I was 25 weeks pregnant. Talk about shortest pregnancy ever. I had no flipping clue. That would be excellent. I didn't even think of... Gosh, Julie. Okay, so I do have a third cat. She's not so much a kitten anymore, but comparatively to the old men, she is. And she was that guy that I was talking about, that cat that he had wanted. He never got fixed. And anyways, she had a litter, and she got really sick when she delivered, and she left the litter at 5 days, I believe. So my kitten that I have has been hand fed by me since she was 5 days old. So we kind of ended up with a bond. I took on the whole litter, and let me tell you, that was flipping worse than having a newborn. Was having a litter of freaking kittens you had to raise. I had to have an alarm set for every hour and a half to wake up so I can feed these little screaming, crying things, and to pack up to go out of the house, I think I packed up more for them than what I did for my infants. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could handle that again. But so the kitten, I actually thought that she was a boy, and her name is Tank. Oh wow. All of my kids were, they didn't want to come out, except for my youngest. My youngest, they had to stop labor like 4 different times. But then when it came time for her to come out, she didn't want to come out. So all 3 of mine were induced. Did your first have any major health issues from being born so early? Like long hospital stay or anything like that? Julie, would you mind if I put you down just for a second? I don't know, I'll give you a shot of the woods or something just so I can go and get a sweatshirt. So I can quit getting ate alive out here, because I'm not ready to go in yet. 2 weeks and 4 days. Oh wow. Yeah, my oldest, I was 2 weeks to the day overdue with her, and they sent me to the hospital. Like the night before, I thought my water had started to leak, and they were like, nope, that wasn't it. I'm like, well, what was it? Because it wasn't pee. I don't know. But, alright, give me just a second. I'm going to flip you around. Fucking mosquitoes. I mean, darn mosquitoes. Flip. Alright, let's see. I need to get some of my lemongrass plants out here. Oh, I am. I'm going to get my sweatshirt so I don't have to beat myself up no more. Switch. All right, I'm back. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I only got a little bit left so that I can stream because it looks like for some reason, my battery is just drained, which is weird because when I started, I was at like a full battery. Might have to charge it up and go live again later or something, but I got a little bit. Ooh. Haha, look at that. I come out here and they're already on the attack. Not through my sweatshirt. Oh, I'm excited. This weekend my town has like a big family street fair festival. Hey. Yeah, no, I'm not sick. I just it's a little throaty. I probably smoked too much today or something. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. How are you, Jen? That's good that you're about to go on. I'm gonna be coming off here in just a little bit. I've been on for about an hour, but I haven't really had just a few people come in and say hi to me, which was fine. I was just trying to not be productive. But that way I can plug my phone in and I can catch you. This is my absolute favorite color. I love bright orange, bright and purple and like teal, but bright orange is my absolute favorite. Hey, Shauna Nene. Oh. Wonder what happened there. How are you, Shauna? My niece came on earlier. I think she felt bad for me. She hung out with me on my stream for like a half an hour. I was like, it's alright. Like, I'm just freaking hanging out. Okay. Yeah, Jen, she used to be Julie Grimm. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Got any lavender? Lavender's good for that. You got lavender, don't you? Peppermint, lavender. I know you said you only have a few oils, so. Oh, it was Croft? Why did I think it was Grimm? I'm sorry. Yeah, it's because I was freaking wrong, Jen. That's why. I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was Grimm. What's on the list for tonight, Jen? I got to catch a little bit of your candle stream earlier, before baseball, softball, whatever. I'm in my hammock. You actually missed it earlier. It was probably a good thing I only had my niece and Aiden were in here, but I had gotten up and I was showing them my stoner gnome birdhouse. And when I went to go sit back down in my hammock, I misjudged it and I flipped the fucker right over my head. Oh, sweet. I gotta make some candles tonight. My niece just told me that she wants me to make some candles. So I gotta make her some candles. And I gotta make some candles for a girl at work. Ooh, that sounds so exciting. Yeah, you missed me flipping my hammock in my stand. Like, it came down, it was up over my head, and as I stood up, the thing just like, boop, popped right back up like it was supposed to be. Alright, Jen, we'll see you in a bit. I'm going to be popping off here, so I won't be holding up at least these two. Oh yeah. Like, it was hilarious. I died laughing. I could barely contain it. I was like, that's what I get. I've had this thing for a couple of years, and that's the first time I had ever done it. I wondered what would happen, and now I know. I don't know. All these freaking mosquitoes. Now they're like, your hands aren't covered. I should have put some oils on before I came out. Or back out, I should say. But that's okay. That's alright. That's okay. Pat's getting dinner. Yeah, I'm about to have a late dinner too. After the ball field, I wanted to wait until that sun went down a little bit, you know. And we're just gonna go grab something uptown because I am, obviously, as you can tell, I am not in productivity mode. I got a lot that could get done too. I need to not be motivated, but it's okay. It'll be there for me tomorrow, and I'm off now. I wasn't gonna be, so I get to stay up late tonight because, you know, I don't have to get up fucking butt crack of dawn. Hey Mike, how are you? I'm so glad you came to hang out with me. I'm actually going to be ending here in just a few minutes. I only got like a quarter of a battery left, but I got to charge up for Jen too. Hey Sherry, how are you? I got done weeding my garden and decided I just wanted to hang out and chill. So then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stream. If I stream, then I have an excuse to just hang out. Mosquitoes are coming out pretty thick now, though. I had to go in and get a sweatshirt already. Should probably get some oils on so I can quit getting ate alive. Yeah, some days. I gotta get with you, Shauna, on the other side. I've had a couple of long flipping days. Long days. Well, I appreciate you stopping in and saying hello. I am pretty comfy. My other chair, like this regular hammock, I got like I call it my adult swing, but it is not an X-rated adult swing. In fact, I'll just show it to you real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. See that, like, it's my adult swing. I love that thing, and it's got a pillow and a comfy cushion, but I accidentally left my cushion on there, and of course I got soaked in the rain. All right, Julie, you have a good night, and I'll see you around. Thanks for hanging out. Sherry, I got this. Actually, I got it off Amazon a couple years ago. Super cheap. Super cheap. And it's portable. The stand that it's on comes down and goes into a little bag. And I mean little bag. It's not huge and ridiculous. And I take this thing with me everywhere. Me and Tangerine have the same one. And we're gonna do a road trip with our hammocks one day and just freaking. She says we'll hook up our hammocks and just stream. Be like hanging out in the hammock from here. I don't have any big trees that are close enough though to actually be able to use the trees for the hammock. So, you know. Yeah, I love this thing. I replaced the actual like hammock part this year. The other one was just starting to look a little yucky and I couldn't get the spots out of it. So I was like, we'll just get a new one. It's big enough. Me and my kids can lay on it together. Or if it gets really chilly, like I can like wrap myself up in it, and I've wrapped myself up and go to sleep in it. Oh, what are you up to tonight, Mike? What about you too, Sherry? I know Shauna is waiting for her dinner. It's funny because I say, yeah, I'm getting ready to go have dinner too. It's late. It's freaking 9 o'clock here. I'm talking about having dinner. But I actually feel like eating now that the sun isn't freaking beaten down. Not that I'm complaining because I would rather that sun beat down. This is like my favorite place to be in the summertime, besides the ball field. Tonight was my daughter's last night of her regular season. Her team was undefeated. We spanked every flipping team we played this season. Here in a couple of weeks, though, they have their all-star tournament, which should be nice because I'm a little bit more competition through that. Because, you know, it's not just within league. Well, that sounds wonderful, Sherry. The dog can always make everything better. Well, at least now you're done. You're at the end of that, right, Mike? I didn't work all day. I can't say I normally work all day. I normally work 8-hour shift because my company won't let me work any longer than that. But it's the first company I worked for in a long time, a couple of years that I didn't work more than 40 hours a week. It's kind of hard to get used to living on that, but I enjoyed the 2 days off a week. So yeah, it is what it is. I actually worked only a half a day today. Came home early, took a nap. Sleep. I don't know if I just circled to death it, but that's because my phone's like, hey, you got 20% left. I'm a tire technician, Sherry. A tire technician and a mechanic's apprentice. Hopefully within the next year, I can take my certification through the state and get my light-duty diesel mechanic license. It's nothing too fancy or whatever, but my district manager just told me the other day he actually wants me running my own shop. So if I had already had my mechanic certs, I would already be running this shop. But because we have mechanical workings that we don't just do tires. If we just did tires, I would be the manager at the shop. But because I don't, I'm trying to take a nap. Is Mom still there, Shauna? Figure you'll be ready to catch up on that afterwards. Yeah, it's not too bad. I work for a really good, I work for a pretty big corporation. I work at a truck stop. But they're just now really starting to get up here into Michigan. They come out of Oklahoma originally. So, the stop that I work at, we just hit like a year of being open. Thanks. Here the thing is, it's like, I bust my butt, but it's nice to know that it's noticed by like way higher ups. Like my regional manager came for some kind of inspection one day, and he's like, "Oh, I've already heard all about you," and I was like, "Oh, I hope that's not a bad thing." And he's like, "Oh no," he's like, "I heard you're a little badass." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." Yay! How long is she in for? How long do you get to have all this lovely time? Oh, really? What part of Ohio? I've been in Michigan my whole life. Oh, bleh. At least until my youngest graduates, I'll be here in Michigan. And she is going to be an 8th grader in the fall, so not much longer. Is that 5 years? I have some family down in like Bryan, Ohio. Every once in a while I get down there. Not very as often as I should, but life always gets in the way. Sorry guys, a little butterfly over here kind of caught my eye. Friday morning. Fun. Your man's. How far is that from Bryan? That's about how I don't know. It takes me like about 3.5 hours to get to Bryan. How long are you going to be in Idaho, Shauna? Heck yeah. That doesn't ever happen. Well, except for maybe Shauna Nene, because she's way over on the fucking West Coast. Brat. Yeah, and I only end up ever running into a couple that are actually close enough. Trains through in town. Yeah, hadn't figured that out. About to get another bleep here. I'm about almost down to 10%, so I'm going to have to end it here pretty soon. What else is it close to? I'm trying to remember. I want to say it's just on the other side of Toledo, at least the other side for me. How long of a drive is that for you, Shauna? I still need to buy my freaking plane tickets for Cali. I shouldn't have put it off because now they've went up like $20 already. And I really want to go. I should have bought my tickets freaking months ago. I just want the vacation from work and to hang out with my cousin. And if we get to hang out, that would be awesome too. Because Shauna Jen even said that she might even try to make the trip. She said as long as she knew ahead of time, she might be able to get out that way. Of course, though, I'm sure it also depends with everything else she's got going on too. Like, north of you, we could day trip it. Find some festival we could all meet up at. My friend's going to a festival, I think, the weekend of like the 12th or something like that, down in Ohio. She went last year. They have it at the penitentiary, the one that Shawshank Redemption was filmed at or whatever. That penitentiary, there was like a big music fest there. My friend's going to that again. I'm like, oh, thanks for the invite. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to end my stream though because my phone's about to die. Because, you know, besides the streaming, my son's texting me on the other side of it, so it's gonna kill my battery. That's freaking sweet, Sherry. She was like, the energy that was there was just crazy amazing. That's why I was kind of bummed that I didn't know ahead of time because I had freaking bought a ticket and went to. I really would like to go to Electric Forest. Maybe I can go to that next year because this year the tickets were freaking sold out right quick. Right quick. But that's here in Michigan. Yeah, that's what she said. She had a blast. It was actually last year when she went, her other best friend took her, and it was the first concert that anybody had been able to convince her to go to, and then she is hooked. Like, hooked. It was funny. Like, I'm like, I've been trying to get you to go to concert for freaking years, but she doesn't like being around so many people. So, I'm like, of all that, you pick to go to the penitentiary. That's okay, Shauna. I'm actually getting ready to end my stream. My phone is at like 10% and my son is texting me. So I'm going to have to go. And I know Jen's going to be popping on live here in just a little bit, so at least you guys will have a place to go hang out. I'm glad you guys come out and hung out with me. And maybe I can get on again later or something. All right. Sounds like a plan. We'll have to hook up. We'll have to find some place somewhere. Whether it be a freaking park or something. We'll just go in and take over the place. I'm ready to go camping. I told my friend the other day that before she sells her house, I'm going to bring my tent into her woods. I said nobody will even know I'm there. Have a good night, Mike. Have a good night, Sherry. And you too as well, Shauna and Pat, when he gets there. I'm so glad you popped in to say hi. Shauna taught me how to beat the system, so I've been trying to pop on lives a little bit more often. But I will see you guys all on the flip side. And I hope you guys have a great night. And blessed be until next time.